Hello my dear friend, I hope you are doing great. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed it, please subscribe it, press the bell icon, hit the like button also. Friends, as you know, we have already covered several videos regarding political science questions, and even I am covering each and every lecture from this scratch itself. If you have not watched previous video, please visit all of that. That will boost your confidence regarding competitive syllabus, especially for the UPSC and all state PCS examination. Friends, already I have started. When I have started, I told you it plays a very crucial role for your preparation, because generally you would find each and every exam there is a portion of the political science. Please keep this thing in mind. Do not leave any lectures regarding political science. Today I will talk about the ordinance making power of the president and governor. You know that uh, although we have not covered the passage of the bill in the parliament, and tomorrow I would take class about the bill and passage of the way to in the parliament. Now I am going to cover ordinance. President is the authority who can implement ordinance under article 1 2 3. Article 1 to 3, whenever like either house of the parliament, maybe Lok Sabha or maybe Rajya Sabha, then president can promulgate ordinance. And it's sometimes we are watching, like we are seeing that due to not following the parliament route, then or like if president want to avoid, or the even that president is working on the aid and advice of the council of ministers under article 74, and to avoid the process of the parliament, generally like even sometimes president is doing such type of task and to promulgate ordinance. Even you can take example of the Parnam Mukherjee, and like he came up with this type of legislation in the like a land acquisition bill, and he promulgated ordinance 3 times, and we can say that it's a violation of the constitution, because ordinance is not made for such type of thing, because ordinance is made for the such type of thing whenever like there is a urgency or emergency in the India. I'm not talking about that financial emergency and the like ordinance, or like there is a national emergency in the state. Whenever like there is a pandemic or any situation is that we cannot follow the rule and regulation or the process of the bill get passed into the act of the parliament. That's why like to to avoid all the circumventing way, the president is choosing the way to get past the bill as early as possible. That's why president can such type of provision ordinance. And but one drawback is of ordinance, or we can say that one quality of the ordinance is that it is temporary. Generally whenever like if we are talking about the act, it remains like up to eternity, or we can change or we can bring some amendment in the law itself. But ordinance is totally temporary. If I will talk about the what is the validity and for what time that it is valid, generally it remains like after the convene of the session, means when Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both are in the session, after convening the session, that 6 month 6 week, up to 6 weeks the parliament have to come up with the such type of bill in the parliament. Then only like it would convert in a bill or act. Otherwise it can be annulled or abrogate by the automation, means automatic it would be nullified. Then already I have told you that there should be the gap between the two parliament session, not more than 6 months. And after 6 weeks, 6 months and 6 weeks, this is the validity of an ordinance. Generally if we will count this period in the month, then 7 months and 7.5 months. This is the validity of the ordinance. Please keep this thing in mind. Ordinance, like already I have told you about the ordinance. Ordinance is a temporary law, and like a president is working on the aid and advice of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. Means the ordinance is not personal satisfaction of the President. It's include the satisfaction of the Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister. Even the same thing pronounced by the Supreme Court in the judgment like Cooper case of the 1970. Cooper case 1970. In this judgment, the Supreme Court pronounced that it not a satisfaction of the President, but it includes this satisfaction of the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. Even several times, there are some incidents also where to implement the ordinance, our President prorogue the session of the Parliament. This happens, or the President prorogue the session of the Rajya Sabha due to he want to, for the intention that President want to implement ordinance. That's why he abrogated or prorogue the session or terminate the session of the either house of the Parliament. This happens, although it's not a legal, but up to some extent right now it is legal. Right now it is legal to give effect the ordinance. The President is abrogating the any house of the Parliament. It's valid right now. Even in the judgment of the case A.K. Roy versus Union of India. A.K. Roy versus Union of India 1982. That case of the 1982, in that judicial review of because each and every time that President is promulgated ordinance, if the intention is malafide, means the intention is not good, because to avoid the way of the process of the bill to into act, a President keep on promulgated ordinance each and every time, then a judicial review can happen such type of ordinance power. Even you might have seen several times when that President is promulgated ordinance several times. Incidents happened in the past, but it is not good or not ethical to each and every time to implement or promulgate ordinance without going for the any law and rule elaboration. Even already I have told you about the land acquisition bill, Pranab Mukherjee each and every time promulgated ordinance about the land acquisition. Even that is not valid, but one safeguard is provided to the procedure. What is the safeguard? Means after the promulgated the ordinance, the President have to explain why that, or the any member of the Parliament have to explain why this ordinance came into the existence, why implemented. This is the safeguard provided with the members of the Parliament, you can say, or the people that who are staying in India. They can they can accept or answer, they can expect answer from the member of the Parliament, that he has to explain why the ordinance came into existence, what is the need to implement such type of ordinance. Even if I would talk about the constitution expert view, generally constitutional expert views that it is very good to bring with the ordinance. It's a very healthy practice, but each and every time repromulgated, means each and every time you are keep on imposing or keep implementing ordinance, that is not healthy practice. Only once this can happen if government or the President is bringing each and every time same ordinance to circumventing the way of the route by which the legislation have to pass a bill. That is not ethical and that is not good. Government come up with this type of provision that such type of practice should not happen in the future in the Parliament, because we have to maintain the democracy. Because for getting bill passed, we have to refer the bills to the parliamentary committee, and parliament standing committee would discuss. After that, voting would take place. First reading, second reading and third reading would take place. This type of procedure we would discuss in the next lecture. Thanks for watching. I will come tomorrow. Bye.